Hello folks, so welcome to the chapter 3. This is about strings. We'll first see the solution to the exercise given in the last chapter, then we'll learn about the codes and the strings, and we'll have an exercise in this chapter as well. So let's get started. So in the last chapter, the exercise I gave was to greet a user with hi or hello and then display the date. So let us see how that can be done. So to do that, we'll again do vi read.sh. I'm just creating a shell script with name greet.sh. Now it has opened a file in vi editor. I'll press escape I. Now I'm in insert mode. Here I'll do echo dollar hello, enter, and then I'll say echo date colon, and then instead of using echo, we'll be using date. So after executing above two echoes, the third command executed from the shell will be the date command. That's it. Then I will press escape and then shift colon and do WQ for write and quit. I can see the content by using cat command. So our shell script is ready. It will first say hello, then it will print this string date colon and execute this date command directly, and it will print the date as well. Let us see sh read.sh. So here's the thing, hello and date and this. So there is a better way to print this date in the same line, which we will see at the end of this chapter. But before that, there is an important thing. There are ways to execute the shell script in the same shell. What I mean by that, when we are doing this sh, then read.sh, what we are doing exactly is we are creating a subshell and then executing the shell script in that subshell, or it can be understood as a child shell of the current shell. In the further chapters, we will see what is the difference when it comes to the global variables or the local variables when we are running a script in child shell or in the current shell. Now when we do sh greet.sh, it runs into child shell, but to run the greet.sh in the current shell, we can use dot then greet.sh. It will run this shell script greet.sh in the same shell again. So here the output looks same, but the difference is when we just do sh in shell script name, it creates a subshell and execute it. When there is a dot, it executes in the current shell itself. So this is many times interview questions about, when there is interview question on the shell scripting, they might ask you how you will run a shell script in the current shell. So this is the answer, with dot and then the shell script, the script will run in the same shell. So this is about the usage of the dot. Now about the strings. So we know in shell script or in the command Unix machines, double quotes contains strings, or single quote can also contain strings, but there is a small difference. First we'll see what it is. Echo hi, this is a string, so this string is printed. Now echo single quote hello. So if you are starting with single quote, then you have to end with single quote. That is anyway everyone knows. Now there is a difference about the variable in interpolation, which behaves differently with double quotes and single quotes. We'll see. Suppose you have a variable name equals to so now as we have seen in the previous chapter, to print a variable we can do dollar variable name and echo command will interpolate that. Now if I use this variable in a echo statement like this, echo dollar my name is dollar name. So here, because of these double quotes, this this environment variable dollar name will be interpolated and it will be printing the value of the variable name there, like this. Now let us see what happens when we use single quote. So in single quote, this environment variable was not interpolated, its value was not calculated and displayed. So this is one difference when we use double quotes and when we use single quotes. In single quotes the variables are not calculated or interpolated. Let us see one more type of quote. For that, let us create a script vi new.sh. I'll press I to insert mode. Go. This is new script. I'm using a variable called dir equals to, now I'm using backtick code, which is normally the key which is near to numeric 1 in your keyboard. It is not double quote, it is not single quote also, it is a backtick code which is near to the number 1 in our keyboard. Here I can give a Unix command. So Unix command pwd gives us the present working directory. What I'm doing right now here is this pwd will be executed and the output of that will be given to the variable dir so that we can print it like this. Current directory is $dir. So remember, when we are initializing the variable we do not give dollar, but when we are using it we have to use dollar, and also we want it to be interpolated, the value inside dir has to be printed, so we are using double quotes here. That's it. If I do cat new.sh just to see, so what it's going to do, it will echo this string, this is new script, and this command is not going to print anything. This command, this statement pwd will be executed and output of that will be given to dir variable, which will be printed with this echo command. Let us see how it works. So here is the output. So our pwd was executed and this whole directory path was given to dir variable, which was printed from here to here. Current directory is, and then it was interpolated and the directory name was printed. So this is how our double quote, single quote and the backtick code works. Now it's time for an exercise. I want you to create a script which will do this. When I run that script called hi.sh, or you can name it anything, but it should do this. It should say today is the current date of this month of year 2020, or any the year when you are working. So I'll just give you a hint. It will use the date command, it will use the backtick code, and it will use the date command has certain switches. I'll give you a second hint. Date command will give you date. Date command has certain switches which works like this. In double quotes you can give plus, then percentage y, percentage m. Small m is for month. So you can see the percentage y prints the year and this percentage small m gives the month. So using this you have to do, you have to get the output like this. Today is the today's date and the month and the month of year, then you have to print the year. So you can pause the video and look into creating that. So we've already done it. I'll show you how it works. I created it already, so I'll show you through the content of high.ss. So here I did not much, just I created a variable d, and to that with a backtick like this, I just gave date command and double quotes. I gave, starting with plus, I have to give percentage d of percentage m month of year percentage y double quotes. So with backticks, this command will be executed inside the shell script and output will be given to the d variable here, and then it's just a matter of echoing the other string like this today is percentage d will be interpolated, the output of the whole thing which was given to d will be printed. So like this. So this is the solution for that exercise.